Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. Hope you're having a good day or a good night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. Okay, let's get into a reading for the collective. The conclusion I I had to come to the conclusion that damn, my energy has been pimped out. Like it's literally been pimped out. It's been giving energy prostitution. It's been giving pimp out my source. It's been giving, bitch. Not all the men sent towards me are from a secret society, bitch, with the same goal. That's crazy. That's crazy. It really just has me wanting to move to a completely different country. Like, to be completely honest, I literally want to move to a different country. Like, I have absolutely no desire to stay in the US in any way, shape, or form. Of course, there are things in between that I have to figure out until then. But it's like, yo, I need a skedaddle, as the kids would say. Because the US is like, I think the amount of karma that the US has incited for themselves is the reason I'm like, yo, I don't even want to be safe in the midst of your bullshit. Like, no, I would rather just be safe and not be in the midst of your bullshit. You feel me? Um, I feel like some things just become so blatantly apparent that you can't ignore it. And y'all know how I am, bitch. I get all the downloads, I get all the tea, and I'm perfectly aligned with divine timing. I'm perfectly aligned with patience. Like my evolution is perfectly aligned with the cycles of life, and like my birth chart, like the flow is insane. And y'all know it was my birthday. Um, so yeah, thank you for the energetic happy birthdays and the actual happy birthdays. Truly appreciate it. I think I learned that on my birthday, I learned that, oh my God, I'm such a vibe. Like I'm such a vibe. Not that I learned it, I just rediscovered it. But I wanted to start off with position of the day oracle just to get like a little like energy feeling for the collective. Ancestors, please communicate with me to my collective. Any divine messages that the collective should know at this time, or anything that you want the collective to be aware of or be mindful of. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for the collective? What do you have for the collective? Yeah, yo, the love triangle. The phrase love triangle may bring up negative connotations, but sometimes there's more than one side to a story. After all this love triangle seems to have something for everyone. It may be time to discard old assumptions and seek a new perspective. Um, this is giving me okay, I don't feel like it's necessarily in correlation to another person, but I was hearing that phrase where the third party in your relationship is the divine. Okay, so you're allowing the divine and the words, the downloads in which it is that you receive to truly register in a way that um, puts you in a position to make accurate changes moving forward so that you avoid situations or circumstances that are similar to the past. I feel like when it came to certain relationships and the truths, yeah, the Hierophant is literally on top of the deck. And the High Priestess is over here. I didn't even notice that. When it came to certain truths that would be exposed to you about certain people, I don't feel that you neglected the truth. I feel like your heart was so invested in it that you actually closed your heart because you knew what the truth was. You just didn't want to acknowledge it. And it had you in a perpetuating cycle. And it's kind of like the divine being the third party of truth, understanding, insight became to be a conflict because it was certain things that you just weren't ready to see or accept. Okay. I heard your intuition is proof enough. So it's starting, I feel like you're in the season where when you feel some shit, you hear some shit, you see some shit, you're accepting it, you're going off of it, you don't give a fuck what nobody has to say. I feel like you're not in a season where people can play you against your own intuition. That's not a thing anymore. And there are a lot of people who are intimidated by this, but they also are forced to see themselves without you no longer being around to entertain this like negative behavior. Some of you could be used to working alone, okay? And some of you could be considering going into certain partnerships as far as business is concerned. I feel like maybe you never met somebody who you worked really well with, and like you didn't really have an expectation of working with anybody, but you could see like how you and two other people like work really well together. And they could just you could just want to, yeah, I feel like it's just something that each person brings to the table that makes something easier. It's a flow, it's not like a congestion kind of energy. The windows to the soul, being vulnerable isn't always easy, but oh, the rewards it brings. The game goes both ways. Be willing to let someone see you clearly and be willing to see someone else for who they really are. And I feel like this is the energy. Like you were seeing not only yourself for who you really are, but you're seeing people for who they really are. And you are removing yourself from spaces and places that don't reflect like who it is that you are at your core. I'm hearing that phrase, it's some things are for a season, and like you accepted the season in which it was that you were in. um and you accepted the season that other people were in as well. The peace that you brought to people was what was being in exchange for your soul, because your peace came from the deep knowing that the divine gave to you so that you would know how to move on any situation or circumstance. When in doubt, classics are timeless for a reason. Some may find comfort in the familiar and some may find ecstasy. Don't underestimate predictability. Sometimes it's the surest path to pleasure, okay? Um, I feel like a lot of people feel like you are very predictable and you have outgrown certain cycles, and there could be like a similarity of things that you used to do in the past, but you've like evolved it in a certain way that gives like more insight to who you are as an individual. And I feel like the level of vulnerability that you're getting, I think some people felt like they were going to be able to use and abuse that energy, but you like are not allowing them to do that. Okay, there's something about a traditional way of doing something that like you don't really have an interest in. Okay, you don't really have an interest in this, in the idea of conforming. I feel like you're not looking to the world to give you an excuse or give you the ground to be whoever it is that you are or do whatever it is that you want to do. Like, you're not looking for validation from anybody. I feel like you were just maintaining your vision and like learning as you go along and adding things that will better like leave whatever situation it is that you are in better. Um, but this is also like you taking accountability for the work that you can do because you can't do all of it for everybody else. And I feel like you were in a lot of situations or partnerships where people just wanted you to contribute to it because they felt like you had more to give. But when it came to you and them having to pour into you and contribute to you, there was nothing being given. So at the end of it, it was like, yo, I feel like I'm losing more than I'm actually gaining by sticking to some type of traditional way of doing something. It's like, this isn't working for me because I'm not a traditional individual. Like, I'm not. Like, okay. Okay, fill them up. That's the spirit of service. Some gas in the tank and a whole lot of pumping. Generous and comprehensive service is hard to come by and greatly valued. People will recognize their strengths and beg for more. And I feel like that's what the fuck is going on right now. I feel like something that you're putting out, people want more of it because it's giving them more than the original thing that they were investing their time and energy into. And it's unfamiliar to them. They don't know what the fuck it is, and they don't know what the fuck it is that they're feeling, and they're being introduced to it, but they're not opposed to it, and they're also very open minded. So, like, you were living in a reality where you really are in charge. And I feel like you're in charge because you're allowing the divine to be in charge. And it's not like, I feel like some people could say, like, you're closed off to certain things, but you just know like what's of value and what's not. And if it's not a value equal to or greater than your own, you are not accepting it. And that's a hard pill to swallow for some people. And a lot of people feel like, oh, it's measured up in money and what you have and this and that. And that's not true. I feel like for my collective, it's about your soul, your capability to receive information and give an honest, open opinion back that's based from a soul level of experience and understanding, not just what other people are saying, so that you sound like you resonate with something. Like you are attracting those that know thyself. And those that know themselves, they're not all going to be the same. But the one common interest is that we know ourselves. We're constantly growing and evolving. We're moving towards better circumstances for our future. We're not staying stagnant. And we're not like lying to ourselves about like who it is that we are as people. Like, we're willing to confront it just as much as we are willing to confront the truths of others. Um, and that comes from you understanding why you were attracted to certain energies. I feel like it's also an energy of moving out of some of you. Three is a motherfucking crowd, bitch, and you don't want to motherfucking be involved when it comes to another motherfucking person, but you're willing to have relationships with people one on one that involve spirit. You're willing to be a part of a group and involve spirit in it, but you're not prioritizing these things above your relationship with spirit. I feel like that's one and one. Um, okay, I heard admirable. People feel like you're very admirable. Um, Shouldering the burden. It may be time to slow down and relax. Put your feet up all the way up there. There's nothing like an assisted stretch to deepen your relaxation and really push you to focus on the present moment. And this is what you could be prioritizing. I feel like there's a lot of people that are reaching to be in your energy and be a part of. And there's a lot of people in the world that are saying, like, oh, yeah, you need to get outside and you need to be open to new relationships and you need to blah, 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 and you need to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, that may be true, but at the same token, I am prioritizing my rest because there's a lot of you, it's like giving hermit energy where you're just spending more time with spirit, okay? And like, that's okay to not always be available to be present as something that somebody else wants you to be present for. And you are acknowledging what it is that you need. Some of us are like finding out the type of relationships that we really need in our lives. And a lot of these relationships are based around being around people who understand your need for isolation sometimes, or your need to not want to go out and be involved in the crowd, right? So on and so forth. Okay, give me an A. It's time to remind the special ones in your life that you're on their squad. No cheer experience required, just the spirit of love, trust, and partnership. Go team. I feel like there are people who are very supportive of you. And if you do have that dynamic where everybody is kind of like a hermit energy, these people are going to be making an effort to show you that they're here and that they're present and that they're like supporting you in what it is that you do. This is also giving like positive reinforcement, encouragement. I feel like this is something that your energy speaks volumes to. And maybe people never like understood that because they never experienced it. But people are starting to understand that on an energy level. And it's allowing them to want to participate in being a part of the team. Like, it's like if I'm going to be a part of a team, I would rather be a part of a team that's speaking life into me than to be a part of a team that's not. And like, there are people who feel like, oh, tough love. Like, oh, if I'm hard on you, then you're going to want to grow. But a lot of the people that feel like that didn't grow. And what it is that they were doing, they just became more resentful. Like, when you are constantly pressing the issue to be successful or to get something or maintain something that you really need to fucking let go, you put yourself in a compromising position. And a lot of these people have compromised themselves. And that's why you're moving away from them, because it's like, yo, you broke your own heart by allowing the world to change you into something that you know that you're not for the sake of an image. And I'm not going to subject myself to that. Okay, so a lot of y'all could just be like, really just being open and honest and clear and straightforward with people, because I feel like a lot of us have held back on really saying how we feel towards other people because we know that it would completely fucking destroy their ego. But a lot of these people need a fucking ego death. It would completely destroy their false sense of emotional security that they have. And also just to like not make ourselves even more of a target, because it's like, yeah, these bitches already targeting me anyways. Like, I would rather just cut you off and not say anything. Okay, the 9 of Cups is out here. So yeah, I feel like you're slowing down. You're slowing down. And things around you are speeding up. You're allowing yourself to stay in one place for a longer amount of time so that you can attract this abundance. This is giving me the energy of the garden, right? You put everything in the garden, and then everything that is outside of what you have physically put into that garden comes towards you and adds to the ambiance of your fucking environment, or it adds to the kind of like ecosystem. Like, it adds to it. Like, it can either make the bees come, or it can make if it rains, you have something that formulates a kind of like a bird bath, and now birds are in your garden because they have somewhere to get in the water or drink water from. Like, different little things, okay, that are attracting so many other things that are different than you, but like, you resonate on a soul level. You resonate on a level that can't be seen, it's felt. I feel like a lot of you are gonna be popping out with people who like are completely opposite than you, and like, everybody's gonna be like, yo, how do you even know that person? Like, or how do y'all even like, what do y'all actually have in common? What do y'all actually have in common? Okay, Page of Rods is out here. It's there definitely is a lot of communication, a lot of good news. The Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, 999. Okay, it could be significant. You ending and closing out cycles and beginning new ones. Okay, people are ranting and raving about this because you're so much different than they remember. And it's like when you are over something, like you're over it. And I feel like you already know that you're this star energy. Like you already know that your stardom is not defined by things that are outside of you. Like your star power, star energy comes strictly from the divine. And I feel wholeheartedly that collective is like, even if nobody else gives me validation for this, my ancestors, my bloodline, my lineage, the Most High, like, validates this to me every fucking day. And it's the reason why my life is so fucking magical. And it's the reason why I feel like I could literally fucking do anything. So why would I let those outside of me dictate something that I already know at a fucking core level? And that projection energy is no longer like over it. I also feel like somebody had like your energy like coded. Like it was almost as if like somebody was giving you their thoughts and their form of thinking, and then they were taking yours. So you could have felt at a time that you were just completely like everything was just like what, like kind of out of place. But that's why you felt that way. Um, yeah. Yeah, the sun and stars, the sun, moon, stars, bitch. You are everything in reality. You understand what the fuck this devil energy is. You understand that this devil comes to throw you off your path. You understand that this devil comes to teach you about not being volatile, okay? I feel like some of you could have just cursed somebody the fuck out, bitch, read them for motherfucking filth, okay? And I feel like it's been a long time coming. And I feel like when you really gave it to this person, you were very like void of emotion. Like it almost sounded, bitch, it sounded like you was having a normal conversation, but the verbiage in which it is that you were using was like, oh my God, I'm clutching my pearls. Like, did they really just say that to me? Like, girl, it's just like, you're not finna argue with the devil. The Queen of Swords is not finna argue with the devil. Because the Queen of Swords is intelligent enough to know that the devil just lies. He's a trickster. He's a manipulator. That's what he does. So why the fuck am I gonna sit here and indulge in a false narrative to give you validation for something it is that you're already thinking in your head? And because you're not mentally stable with this devil energy, you think with the Queen of Swords that what the fuck it is that's existing in your mind is actually what's going on in reality. But you don't have the sun energy. You don't have the perspective of the truth outside of your traumas and your addictions and all the things that you claim to be or claim to have. You don't understand that. Yeah, the death with the motherfucking queen of cups. The death card came out with the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups flipped out in reverse. And that energy gave me the ending of, this was giving me the energy of the ending of emotionally manipulating. Okay. This was giving me the energy of some type of like energy in your life that somebody could have taught you, like your experiences with the mother figure around love only taught you how to be emotionally manipulative. I feel like this is a woman who emotionally manipulated you, and when you think back on it, you realize that you didn't really even know this woman outside of the narrative in which it is that this woman would spend. Um, And you're acknowledging that now. Okay? There is some energy that's moving fast towards you. I feel like you're going to be receiving a lot of communication. Okay, this could be emails. Okay, yeah, Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're about to be receiving a lot of truths and clarity at this time, especially involving your childhood. Um, and about like this new path that you're on. I don't know. I keep hearing slow and steady, slow and steady. Like you're really like allowing yourself to be present, yo. Because when we think about how fast this world moves, that's why the time feels like it goes by so fast. Because of all this senseless shit that's happening all at one time that nobody's actually like taking in and really being present for. When you are taking energy in and like really being present for it, I feel like the time slows down. Like, I don't know. That's just my perspective though, right? It doesn't have to feel that way for you. But I feel like in the midst of all this chaos that could be around you, you're just very still. And it's like time is moving just as fast for everybody else, but your time is moving differently and feels differently for you based on what it is that you intellectually understand about what is going on outside of yourself. Um, yeah. Yeah, the Six of Cups, the past, okay? You're definitely getting a whole bunch of clarity about the past. You're about to be getting clarity on who these people are that came into your life in this present reality that are actually from the past. There are a lot of people who are receiving truth and clarity about how much it is that you had to stand up for yourself as a child, how there was nobody there actually protecting you, watching over you, guiding you, or doing any of the things that they were supposed to be doing. Instead, they were just manipulating and tormenting and like making you want to fucking kill yourself. Like all the conflict that people created around you wanting to go off and start over and be somewhere completely different than they were because they weren't contributing any positive anything to your life that was helping you grow and evolve. It was just like pain. Um I feel like there's a King of Cups that could want to come towards you and make some type of fucking offer, but it's like the fucking devil. It's like this person, but it's like the fucking devil. What's the King of Cups? For some of you, okay, past energy, this could be somebody who, like, I keep getting that narrative, like a family friend of somebody who, like, you went to church. Like, say you went to church with your aunt and, like, you met this person briefly. They connected you with this person or they put this person on your path. Something energetically, I feel like energetically you matched with somebody and it's because of how much they were in your energy. Okay? There could also be a King of Cups that's like, there could also be a King of Cups that, I don't know, is receiving some type of revelation about you. Okay? From like, this person is nowhere near you, but they're receiving like some type of insight or clarity towards you, about you and your past, and like all the shit. Somebody's trying to figure out like, yeah, justice, Five of Cups, the nine, yeah. Somebody commends you for being able to be so emotionally balanced and positive and like there's somebody in your energy that's really who can see you. They see you, they know you more than you may know that they know you. And this person was given insight and access to you to know you because this person is going to contribute to a really big part of your life. Some of you, this could just be your masculine emotional maturity that is allowing you to experience and be that nurturing energy for a feminine energy. And them dealing with their emotions. It's like two emotionally mature beings on two different sides of shit. Yeah, death to the Knight of Pentacles, straight to the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like you were on your way, and I feel like you finally arrived. Like you literally finally arrived. And I'm looking at the Hermit and the Ten of Cups. That's cute. Yeah, the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Cups. And then the Hierophant in the back. I feel like for some of you, you're going to be getting a love offers, Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups been like peeking out like so much lately. Yeah, I also feel like, I don't know. I keep getting that energy of like somebody like, oh my God, like false proposals. Okay, it's like, why would I want to, I don't feel like the collective is trying to get married right now. I don't think the collective knows anybody or is deeply that tapped in. Some of y'all are in karmic relationships and y'all know y'all are in karmic relationships, but you have like it's not karmic, but it's like one of you could just be more evolved than the other person. You can be patient with somebody. I don't know. I don't feel like getting into that. But that's the reading that I got for y'all. I'll see you guys later. Bye.